Hello and welcome to another episode of the Midday Update. You are watching TTV. I'm Angelica Mecondosa. Thank you very much for being with us today. Let's take a look at today's top headlines. Sohar Hospital sees 0 COVID patients for the first time in 18 months. CAA approves operation of amphibious aircraft in the country. His Majesty issues royal decree ratifying Maritime Labour Convention. Omani Youth Day virtual celebration ready to begin. Royal Army of Oman commander visits joint military site. Sohar International Bank will open branch in Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. China reimposing fresh lockdowns. South Africa revived WC campaign with win over West Indies. Pakistan defeat New Zealand. Now it's time to talk about the weather forecast, as we are expecting clear to partly cloudy skies over Musandam Governorate and the coastal areas of Oman Sea, with also chances of isolated rain. Let's see at the temperature throughout the Sultanate.
Muscat is expected to be partly cloudy with temperatures between 25 and 31 degrees Celsius. Musandam is also expected to be partly cloudy with temperatures between 20 and 29 degrees Celsius. North Al Batina is expected to be partly cloudy with temperatures between 25 and 31 degrees Celsius. South Al Batina is expected to be partly cloudy with temperatures between 22 and 31 degrees Celsius. Al Buraimi is expected to be sunny with temperatures between 22 and 32 degrees Celsius. Al Dahira is expected to be sunny with temperatures between 21 and 35 degrees Celsius. Al Dakhliya is expected to be partly cloudy with temperatures between 20 and 31 degrees Celsius. North Al Sharqiya is expected to be partly cloudy with temperatures between 21 and 33 degrees Celsius. South Al Sharqiya is expected to be partly cloudy with temperatures between 23 and 32 degrees Celsius. Al Wusta is expected to be sunny with temperatures between 22 and 36 degrees Celsius. And finally, Dhofar is expected to be sunny with temperatures between 23 and 31 degrees Celsius.
This is the Midday Update. Now it's time for the COVID-19 update. The ministry has registered 1 death due to COVID-19 today. This adds a total of 4,111 COVID-19 related deaths in the Sultanate. The health officials extend their deepest condolences to the family of the deceased. Additionally, the Ministry of Health has registered a total number of 3,004,203 confirmed cases in the Sultanate, and also a total of 20 new coronavirus cases has been confirmed in the last 24 hours, and 9 COVID-19 cases have been recently confirmed as recovered, which adds a total of 299,558 recovered cases in the country. The Ministry of Health and Supreme Committee has urged all the citizens and residents in the country to adhere to all precautionary measures. And now let's talk about our local stories. For the first time in 18 months, Sohar Hospital does not have any COVID-19 patients currently undergoing treatment. Sohar Hospital announces that for the first time in 18 months, the COVID-19 department is free of any patients. The hospital administration also expresses its sincere thanks to the medical, auxiliary and administrative staff and all hospital workers with their various job titles for their clear efforts that contributed to the progress of Oman towards recovery, the Directorate General of Health Services in North Al-Batina Governorate said in a statement. The Civil Aviation Authority has approved the establishment and operation of an amphibious aircraft. Today, the authority issued its initial approval to the complete of the procedures of establishing and operating amphibious aircraft for both Musandam Airlines and Unified Power for investment companies, the CAA said in a statement. His Majesty Sultan Haytham bin Tariq on Tuesday issued a royal decree number 62 of 2021 ratifying Oman's joining the Maritime Labour Convention 2006. The article ratifies the Sultanate of Oman joining the Amendment Maritime Labour Convention 2006 endorsed on February 23, 2006 at the International Labour Conference 94th session in Geneva in accordance with the version attached to this decree. The second article instructs the departments concerned to deposit the joining document for the above-mentioned agreement in line with these provisions. The Article 3 sets that the decree shall be published in the Official Gazette and enforced of its date of issue. Under the patronage of His Highness Sayyid Tayasin bin Haytham Al Sayyid, the Omani Youth Day, celebrated virtually from the Wilayat of Sohar in North Al-Batina Governorate in October 26, 2021. And a statement issued yesterday by the Ministry of Culture, Sports and Youth said that today at 7:30 p.m. we will come together to celebrate the Omani Youth Day. The event will be broadcasted from the Wilayat of Sohar Ancient for under the patronage of His Highness Sayyid Tayasin bin Haytham Al Sayyid, Minister of Culture, Sports and Youth. Major General Matar bin Salim Al Baluchi, Commander of the Royal Army of Oman, on Tuesday visited the site of Oman-British Joint Military Exercise, Khanjar, Oman. Major General Matar bin Salim Al Baluchi, Commander of the Royal Army of Oman, visited the site of the Omani-British Joint Military Exercise, Khanjar, Oman, which is implemented by the Royal Army of Oman, represented by the Oman Recognizing Battalion in the 11th Infantry Brigade, with the participation of units from the 4th Infantry Brigade of the British Army, and it will continue until the 7th of next November in the military exercise area in Al-Wusta Governorate, according to Oman News Agency. Let's take a quick commercial break and we'll be right back with our international stories. the midday update. Now it's time to jump to the international scene. The Saudi Council of Ministers has approved a license for Sohar International Bank to open a branch to conduct banking business in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. The Council of Ministers approved the license for Sohar International Bank to open a branch for it to conduct banking business in the Kingdom and authorizing His Excellency the Minister of Finance to decide on any subsequent request to open other branches of the bank in the Kingdom, according to Saudi press agency. China is reimposing fresh lockdowns amid rising COVID-19 infections. The country recorded more than 100 cases across 11 provinces over the last week. Since October 17, there have been multiple scattered local outbreaks in China, and they're expanding rapidly. Mi Feng, a spokesman at the National Health Commission, said at news conference Sunday. There is an increasing risk that the outbreak will spread even further, reported to CNN. The rapid spread comes despite about 75% of China's population of more than 1 billion people being fully vaccinated, according to me. The spread of coronavirus infections worried the Chinese government, which insists on a strict zero-COVID policy to stamp out infections. The outbreak was first detected on October 16 among a tour group of fully vaccinated senior citizens from Shanghai who travel in several northern regions. Among the 133 infections reported as of Sunday, 106 were linked to 13 tour groups, according to me. Infections have been reported in nearly a third of the country's provinces and regions, with all medium and high-risk regions concentrated in Mongolia, Gansu, Ningxia, Guangzhou, and Beijing. Authorities have banned travel agencies from organizing cross-provincial tours in these regions. On Sunday, the Chinese capital tightened entry restrictions into the city, requiring travelers from places with confirmed cases to present a negative coronavirus test and undergo 14 days of health monitoring. The city has recorded 14 confirmed cases in the latest outbreak, including 12 over the past 3 days, according to CNN's tally of the Beijing Municipal Health Commission's daily reports. A widespread COVID outbreak in Beijing will be the last thing Chinese leaders want to see as the city gears up for the 2022 Winter Olympics in February. The Chinese authorities in Beijing are making an example of 6 residents who allegedly broke COVID rules with criminal detentions. Among them, 2 went out to eat and invited friends home despite having developed fevers upon returning from COVID-infected tourist destinations in Mongolia. The city also suspended a marathon originally scheduled for October 31st with no new date. Let's take a quick commercial break and we'll be right back with our sports stories. This is the midday update. Now it's time to talk about sports. South Africa set aside the noise of field controversy to complete a controlled win and bring their ICC Men's T20 World Cup 2021 campaign back on track. After their pace bowlers restricted the West Indies at the death, South Africa's top order were clinical in chasing down a target of 144 with 8 wickets and 10 balls in hand. Rassie van der Dusen held firm while Reza Hendricks and Help Centurion Aiden Markram took the bowler's own, with 2 50-plus stands steering the chase in Dubai. While West Indies put their batting woes from the first game to the rest. They still lost 5 wickets in the last 3 overs, failing to capitalize on a quick-fire 50 by Irving Lewis. The defending champions only posted 100 out of 8 and slipped to the second loss in a row. South Africa will look back to the 2 overs bowled by Dwayne Pretorius at the death, in which he picked up 3 out of 17 and Anric Norges 1 out of 14 as crucial in setting up the victory. South Africa's chase got off to a rocky start when their captain was run out in their first over going for a quick single. Andre Russell, a mid-off, was quick with this pick up and throw at the non-striker's end. Hendricks to ensure the chase wasn't derailed, coming in as a replacement for Quinton de Kock, who controversially opted out of the match for personal reasons. He took on the bad balls and kept the scoreboard ticking without ever trying anything risky. Even when the South Africa went almost 3 overs without a boundary, the pressure remained on the West Indies to get a breakthrough. They were first to bring in Dwayne Bravo in the 8th over, but it was Akeal Hossain bowling his 4th over inside the first 10, who finally struck. Haris Rauf scalped 4 before Hasif Ali, blistering cameo of 27 in 12 balls, helped Pakistan defeat New Zealand by 5 wickets at the Sharjah Cricket Stadium in the ICC T20 World Cup 2021 on Tuesday. Pakistan limited New Zealand to 134 for 8 and then chased down the target with 8 balls to spare. With this win, Pakistan is now leading the Super 12 Group 2 with 4 points. Asif whacked out 4 and 3 sixes while Shoaib Malik smashed 26 to help Pakistan chase down 135 despite a wobble in the middle. Chasing 135, Pakistan got off to a slow start and Babar Azam wicket in the 6th over further dented the team's hopes. Conway flew in the air to pull off an absolute stunner which ended Hafez's stint at the crease. However, Asif came to rescue Pakistan as he stitched an unbeaten 48-run stand in Shoaib to take his home in the 19th over. Putting to bat first, New Zealand scored 134 out of 8 in 20 overs as Haris Rauf started with the ball picking up 4 wickets. Daryl Mitchell, Kane Williamson and Devon Conway scored 27, 25 and 27 runs as New Zealand batsmen struggled to get their feet in. The Kiwis got off to a decent start, but Pakistan kept taking wickets at regular intervals, which didn't allow New Zealand to post a respectable total. That's all for today. Thank you very much for being with us today. Stay tuned for more and don't forget to keep watching TTV.
You've just heard the live feed from the TTV studios on TFM 95.4. Let's talk.